3, 2, 1.
What's going on, everyone? I'm in my dirty ass car, and you know where I'm at. Oh yeah, In-N-Out Burger. There's a line. There's a line behind me. It snakes around. It's about 20 cars at that point, and I've already ordered because I got a dude out there taking the orders, and yeah, looking forward to eating some juicy double burger. Still can't eat inside because California is a communist fascist state, but there's a couple people out there eating, and yeah, I think I'm not going to make you wait in line with me, but we'll get back to it when I got the burger. All right, just got my burger. You can see in the distance over there, I don't know if you can really make it out, that's the line. It's dying down a little bit, but it snakes back and forth, and this is what we've been waiting for. It's what I've been waiting for. You guys may not care. You don't get to eat it. This is just food porn. But it's a tradition on my show, and people have been being bugged that I explain what I'm doing. But I kind of feel like if I don't do that, then, you know, people are like, what the hell is this weirdo doing, showing off a burger? But I'm not wasting any time. Look at that beauty. Oh, man. I'm going to eat this right now. Not going to have to drive home. Eat it while it's hot. I mean, it's usually hot anyway. That's why I get in a box with a lid like this. But this is Wednesday, and it's comic book day. That means In-N-Out Burger. So hopefully you've got some good food near you. Something that's a favorite establishment of yours. Hopefully you make a ritual of getting new comics. I'm going to eat this, and then we're going to drop my iPad. And God, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm going to go home, have a beer, and show off some comics that I bought today. I'll see you in a sec. Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday, September 9th, 2020. And you know what that means. It's another Comic Haul video. Joining me, as always, is Stan the Man, the myth, the legend, the reason why we're all here. Stan, you're greatly missed by a great many people, but you're on my show, so I'm quite privileged for that aspect. Then we got Forky, the resident intern, channel celebrity, expert on all things trash, and this is my Comic Haul video. Now, some people, have asked me questions. Ash, why did you stop doing Ash Wednesdays and then you brought it back? Here's the deal. I stopped doing Ash Wednesdays because it was getting kind of rough having topics all the time and prepping, and there was a while where I was doing like different things and digital, I would do breakdowns of Marvel versus DC and all this stuff, and it was fun to do, but man, some days it was like a 4 or 5 hours just devoted when you consider going to get your comics, get the burger, record all this stuff, edit it, put it up. It's a pain in the ass. It really can be. And it's fun, but there's some days, just because something's fun doesn't mean you want to do it every day. So I was like, I just need to give this up. If I want to talk, I'll do it something else, because I don't want this to become a chore. But I do like talking about stuff. And so I brought back Ash Wednesdays because I had something to talk about. And I decided, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do every Wednesday, or, I'm going to try to do a Comic Haul video. And if there's something addition to it, if there's something to talk about, I'm going to call it an Ash Wednesday video. But if it's just me getting a burger and showing off some comics, it's going to be at a car. I'm just going to label it as a Comic Haul video, mostly for the playlist and things like that. So today we got some special stuff. One of the things I got is a package in the mail from our friend Eric Breen. I I got this actually this past weekend. Look at this, by the way. UPS or United Postal Service have their little stickers. You can't do the use Sharpie on it, and it doesn't. They use this like paper that Sharpies won't stick to. So I had to tear it all off, and just, anyways, you don't care about that. So I'm gonna unbox this. I have not seen what's inside it, although I have cut the tape. I kind of know what he's sending me, I think, but you never know. Eric Breen could be. He could be. Who knows what the hell could be in here? It could be child porn. Just kidding. That was a bad joke. I don't think Eric would do that, but it could be. Who knows? Let's find out. Oh, inside is another envelope with blank. All right, cool. Inside that, got some comics. Oh, he sent me more than I expected. What a nice guy. Let's put that off here. Get this crap out of here. All right, let's see. Got some paper. What's on the paper? You guys are sitting there looking at Forky. That's some book purchase thing. I don't know if Eric meant to send me that. Oh, awesome. He sent me a back and board with paper, nothing in it. It apparently was Marvel Comics Presents number 4 that he got for $1, and he kept the comic and sent me the back. Good. Thanks, buddy. You're the best. What else did you send me here? Oh. Yeah. Nice. Look at this. Put this up here. The Man of Steel. John Byrne, Dick Giordano. He had an extra copy of this, and he was the one that turned me on to this. I mean, I knew about this book before Eric, but I had never actually read it. He convinced me that this is something I should read, and I love it. And I have it digitally. I've had it for a while, but he was kind enough to send me a physical copy so I can cherish in my collection of comics. What else did he get me? Oh, nice. No, thank you, Eric. He sent me Damage Annual number 1. I don't have the entire Damage collection, so he sent me that. That was one of the ones I didn't have because I really don't buy annuals. And then he sent me this, which is what I was expecting because he had told me about it. Damage 15. I have the entire Damage series except for 15 in the annual. So thank you, Eric. He sent me both of those to fill my collection. And confession, I haven't read Damage. I read Damage number 1. I picked it up when DC was canceling all their New Age of Heroes lines. Damage wasn't one of the original ones I was getting. I didn't really know much about Robert Venditti back in those days. And I was like, well, they canceled this one. I need to pick up a new one. Everyone says Damage is cool. I'll pick that one up. So I started picking that up and started collecting it. Then I didn't have 15 for whatever reason. And then I just fell off the wagon. Oh, awesome. And he sent me another bag and board. This was Tales from Beyond number 4 that he picked up. Kept the book and sent me. That's awesome, buddy. I always use extra bags and boards, so that's very thoughtful of you. I'm not sure what this paper thing you sent me is. I'll read it later. Looked like some sort of receipt for someone else. I don't know what the deal is. But yeah, that's awesome. 2 comics, a couple bags and boards, and a trade paperback of The Man of Steel. Look forward to reading that again, actually. That's a good. If you are like me, who really wasn't a Superman fan, you're just sort of like, yeah, I know Superman, but he's never really seemed interesting enough to me to buy the comics. He's just sort of the Superman has always been to me beforehand. Like, it used to just like the comic character that I accepted. You're like, oh yeah, he's a big deal, but I don't really want to buy his comics. He wasn't exciting to me. You know, if they made a Superman movie, I'd be there. You know, sure, but whatever. But now that I've read some good Superman, now I'm like, oh yeah, he's one of my favorite superheroes. Moving on to today's actual comics, I got a couple freebies. Always check the freebie bin at your store if your store has one. they had some Absolute Carnage temporary tattoos left. So hell yeah, I got some Venom tattoos. And then they had this Wolverine Through the Years, free. It's got kind of a cool. I think that is who does that cover there? Is that an Andy or Adam Kubert? It's hard to tell in the modern age books, but it was cool. I love Wolverine. He used to be one of my favorite characters. I don't really like the modern Wolverine, but they go through all the different eras. I flip through it and just kind of tell you what that series that was about that he went through. Now, starting off for the mainstream comics, I have no Marvel comics except for this freebie. That's not even a comic. It doesn't count. But going on to DC, I got Justice League Odyssey 24. I love these Justice League Odyssey covers. For some reason, I just think they're really evocative. I'm really sad that they're canceling this. If I was DC, I would press on. I think here's the deal. I think DC is going to get sales in some of these books. When you start canceling other books, people gravitate towards what's left, right? I think the problem the comic industry has right now is that there are too many books. The audience is spread way too thin. And, just like New Age of Heroes, I liked New Age of Heroes, but I was not going to get 8 different, jump on 8 new books. So I picked 4 of them. And then they canceled one of them. I replaced it with another one. I think that's the same is true with regular comics. I think if the lines shrunk, more people would buy individual books. There's Justice League Odyssey, I think, is a worthy title to be one of the A-list books, and I think people would buy it if they didn't have 60 other DC titles to pick from. Speaking of books that are being canceled by DC, we have arguably the best mainstream comic in all of comics, Hawkman, number 27, by Venditti and Passarin, guest starring the Justice Society. I love this book so much, and I'm really sad. There is some hints that maybe we're going to get a Justice Society book, which could have Hawkman in it, which would carry on, especially if Venditti wrote it. That would be awesome. But I don't know what to expect. I haven't actually heard anything official. But those are the 2 DC books that I got. Moving on to Independence. Oblivion Song. Oh, man. I am all caught up finally on Oblivion Song. I'm one of these procrastinator readers. I let books fall behind and then I binge them. I don't mean to. Sometimes I just don't get around to reading it right away. And then once that happens, it kind of gets out of sight, out of mind because it gets filed away in a box. And then the next thing I know, I'm like, oh, I got like half a dozen issues to read or more into some cases. But Oblivion Song, I was like, oh my God, I'm getting behind. I started picking up and it was just like riding a bike, I jumped right back on and I was like, why did I stop? This is so good. And I just burned through it in a night. It was this book. I'm hoping I can meet up with Chase over at Gateway and Comics. He's become a huge fan of this book. And we're going to maybe do a little collaborative show about this. Get these books, please. Like, if you like plot-heavy sci-fi, and when I say plot-heavy, I mean like lots of twists and turns, lots of reveals, what's going on, and it has sort of an ensemble character cast like Walking Dead. This book is not Walking Dead, but I use that example. If you remember, some things like Walking Dead, it's just one of the, like Game of Thrones was another example of a large cast of characters that you can fall in love with certain ones and then, learn to hate other ones. And it opens up all sorts of stories, in between the characters and what's going on with the world that they're in. This book is fantastic. I heard they're making it into a movie, which I have my doubts on because this seems to me like it would be way better suited for cable television, like a Netflix original or like an HBO, or someone who would put the time and devotion into, a good budget and, good production values. But this is like a long not churning, it's just a long ongoing story where the plot unravels and you just keep you glued episode for after episode. You're like, what's going to go on? If you guys ever remember watching Lost back in the day, like the first season of Lost, and you were just like, I can't wait to see that. You're like, that's what this is like. And finally, last but certainly not least, dog, do you have to be walking on the hardwood? What are you gonna do? She's like, oh, you're recording? Time to walk around. It's like she knows. Usagi Yojimbo, number 7. This is the Color Classics. This is essentially, reprints of the old school original. I believe it's Fantagraphics was the original publisher. When the art didn't look like this, like Usagi had much more of a round face. Anyways, these are all colored, and in addition, there's like new stuff in the back. So if you missed all the old Usagi, which is a good chance you did because it was like 35 years ago, here's a great way to relive it, get it in color, because Usagi is traditionally all black and white, which is great. I don't mind that, but this is just a great book. I can't hype Usagi and Jumbo enough. It's not going to blow your mind when you read it. When you pick up an issue, don't expect to be like, oh my God. But it's one of those books that just issue after issue, it becomes endearing and you fall in love with it. And it feels warm and comfortable every time you read an issue, and you just want to embrace it. It's just become something you love. Usagi is a great character. He runs across all sorts of people in his travels, and it's just a fun story. That's all I have for you today. So I'm going to wrap this up. This is just a comic haul video. It shouldn't be too long. Thank you very much. My burger was awesome. I'm going to now go get a beer, kick back. I'm going to go play some Division 2. If you have an Xbox and you want to play some, hook me up. I love this game. I like cooperative games of this nature where you work as a team. I love the cathartic nature of shooting looters and rioters in the street while we try to save humanity from the plague. It's a crazy prophetic game that I think it's just weird how life imitates art. But it's a good game. It's not. I'm not here to talk about that game. I'm just jonesing to go play it. Hopefully you got some great comics. Let me know what you got down below. Tell me what you're collecting, what you wish you were collecting, what you stopped collecting, whatever it is you want to talk about. Hopefully you have some enthusiasm about the books that you buy and love. I love talking about them. So if you want to collaborate on talking about comics, also if you have a YouTube channel, whatever, put it down below. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.